Hi, Pauline. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Welcome to Nourish London.
Oh, exciting. It smells amazing in here.
Sure does.
So how are you feeling today in one word?
I am feeling fantastic. It's the most brilliant summer's day out there.
It is, actually.
It really is reminding me of home. And it's always so nice, really, when you don't have to worry about taking coats and the sun's shining. Everyone feels good on a sunny day.
Yeah, definitely. Are you a morning or an evening person?
I think I'm a morning person. One of my favourite things in the world is to be up by 5 o'clock. Out, go for a run or go for a swim. Just at my most energetic first thing in the morning.
Oh my gosh, you're the complete opposite to me.
Are you a late night person?
Oh gosh, yes, I'm a night owl.
That's quite good. No, I'm normally found falling asleep on the couch by about 9 o'clock.
Oh wow. Yeah. Oh, nice. So obviously Nourish London has this amazing spot here in Canning Town in East London. How long have you been based here?
So we moved into this area about 14 months ago now, and it's been really a fantastic decision for us. I think East London is extremely vibrant, but also the site gives us much more visibility, and it's an absolutely, the factory really suits what our needs are, with that combination of office and manufacturing, as well as filling and production. So it's really great for a company that is vertically integrated, where we do the entire, from development right through to dispatch. It's just a perfect site for us.
So could you tell me a bit more about your background in organic skincare formulation?
Yes, so my background is that I am a chemist and a biochemist. I did my first degree in Australia, and then I moved to the UK. Like all good Aussies, we go travelling and we get stuck. I moved to the UK and I undertook a PhD specialising in the looking at the antimicrobial properties of essential oils, really specifically with the view of finding alternatives to the likes of parabens and phenoxyetol in the development of natural skincare. And so for me, I've got an absolute lifelong passion for what plants can do for the skin, what plants can do as alternatives to conventional preservatives. My work was very, very interesting in that I looked at how microorganisms react to various things. I then went on to do further research, really looking at how do you combine natural ingredients to get a 1 + 1 = 3 effect. How do you get that synergy in natural ingredients to get a really, really powerful combination of ingredients on the skin that really make the skin much healthier?
And I understand you've been working with local schools to teach children more about organic skincare, organic well-being. Could you talk a bit more about that?
Yes, and when we first moved into the area, really, I was sort of quite keen that we become sort of connected a little bit, and really there was an opportunity for us to develop a sustainability program. It's a lovely little program where we teach kids about symbols, we teach them about recycling, we teach them about what goes into skincare and where those ingredients come from. Really, if you start with kids at a very, very young age, you can lay the principles around the values and really set their minds in the right place. Quite often with things like sustainability or understanding what's a good material or what's a bad material or what's a material that won't recycle, etc. If you start the process young, it sticks and it opens young people's minds. So it's always been an important part of my career, particularly as someone who supports STEM subjects. It was all about really making sure that we play a role in opening kids' minds to, the wonderfulness of science, but how it can be used to make the world a better place.
Amazing. And you said you're originally from Australia, but how long have you lived in the UK now?
Oh, I've probably lived in the UK now for over 30 years.
Okay.
I think I'm a complete Londoner in many ways. I love London. I think it is probably one of the most wonderful cities in the world. It's a city where you can really open your mind and your heart. It's great.
And what's one thing you do miss about Australia when you're in the UK?
I think when I'm in the UK, I really, really miss my family. Australia has also a different quality about it. It has a quality of also quite laid backness. Of course, wonderful beaches.
When you're in Australia, what's one thing you miss about the UK?
Quite really enjoy the compactness of London, how much you can do in one day, what there is available to see.
Would you say the Australian skincare industry is different to the UK industry?
I think the Australian skincare industry and the UK industry is fairly similar. I think that the Australian industry, particularly when it comes to SPF type products, have got very, very strict rules, and understandably so. But overall, I think people around the world really want great skin with really clean, green ingredients and products. So everywhere around the world, people want to have fantastic skin.
So what do you love about being a scientist, a cosmetic scientist or chemist?
The beauty about being a cosmetic scientist is that it's really playful in one part when you're trying to come up with the new products and the new combination. And then it gets really serious where you have to make sure that the product is stable, that it meets compliance, that it will do what it says on the tin, that it will pass the clinical trials. They're the things that I love because you get to do a 360-degree sort of understanding from concept right through to selling it to the consumer and making sure that you're using all your skills and various scientific skills to make sure you've got that compatibility, the compatibility of the product on the skin, and just really delivering great results.
And do you have a favourite product in the Nourish London range?
I have to say it's probably our Argan Skin Rescue. It's the first product that I ever created. It was created in response to a request from a retailer who talked a lot about people's skincare plateauing. They get to a certain age or they have certain trauma in their life and their skin starts to play up. What happens? With the Argan Rescue, if the barrier function is disrupted, it's very, very difficult to get the skin to be healthy, to be well hydrated. And actually, the wonderful thing about the Argan Rescue, it is really focused on helping to repair that barrier function. I love that product. It's a very simple product with very, very powerful combination of ingredients.
And how is Nourish London different today compared to when you first established the business?
Well, I think that we have become better informed about what the consumer wants. We have become better able to express ourselves in terms of helping people with the right skincare. I think we're in a real pro-science era. So the consumer likes to know a lot about the science of how a product works. So I feel really privileged to be working in this time and being able to give people such important knowledge.
And what's one organic skincare ingredient that you swear by?
I think all the natural oils in organic really, really make me very happy, particularly something like organic Australian macadamia nut oil. It's got a really beautiful profile. It matches very well with the skin. It provides a lot of micronutrients to the skin to bring back that elasticity to the skin. My standards are very, very high in terms of the quality of the oils that we use. So we always want to use those organic oils, but also as a scientist, because I read a lot of those reports which talk about, the average, some of the average oils that are non-organic contain quite a few pesticides. So it's very, very important to me that when we're developing a skincare product, that they're the cleanest that they can be.
And that's why you go for organic.
That's absolutely why we go for organic, because what we want to do is to be helping the health of your skin. I think over the course of a lifetime, through various, through the food we eat, through the products we apply, etc., I'm very interested in the cumulative biotoxicity and the bioburden. We can support keeping the earth and the soil really clean and keeping the ingredients that go into the products really super clean. Then that's where you'll find Nourish London, because that's where our heart is. In my very early stage of my career, I was very much involved in the setting up of the Soil Association standards. And so I think my mind has been very, very opened up from when I first graduated about clean living and how you can support as a brand, sustainable standards.
Absolutely. Shall we have a look at where the magic happens?
Yeah, let's do that.
So do you have any hidden talents?
No, I can't juggle. I'm a poor juggler. I can swim. I love to swim really a lot.
Amazing.
No other hidden talents. I can formulate a little bit.
Well, of course, that's a talent in itself.
Yes.
I'm sure you must have a favourite way to relax at the end of a long day.
I think my favourite way to relax is probably, I love cooking. I love food. I love food. Food is fantastic. And again, you know, when you get some really terrific organic tomatoes, or you get, you know, some really nice organic olive oil, it's a fairly simple way of sort of making yourself stay really healthy and eat really fantastic food.
And what's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Probably both my parents at different times, which is just really follow your dreams. If you're passionate about something, you can make it work.
And what's been your biggest surprise while running Nourish London?
I think my biggest surprise has been just how hard it is running a small business. That sort of it's really tough work, and it's really rewarding as well. But you really do need to be absolutely dedicated in order to get everything working the way that you want it. And for perfectionists like me, that can be a lot of hard work.
And what's been your biggest challenge running the business? I think you've touched on it a bit there, but has there been anything, you know, that's been particularly challenging over the years?
I think the biggest thing, the most challenging things in terms of running a business is staying focused on what's important, staying true to your values, really, and really sometimes trying to continue on the pathway even when it's really foggy. You know, I think it's a bit like trying to go up a mountain. A few years ago, I walked up Snowdonia, and I can remember that, you know, there were points on the way that we thought we had to stop because you can't see, and then suddenly, within seconds, the visibility was clear again. It's a bit like that with business, I think.
If you were not a cosmetic formulator, what do you think you'd be doing instead?
I think I think I would have probably, I mean, my background is physiology, chemistry and biochemistry, so I think I'd probably be doing something in that science field around human health, because I think that really looking after the health and well-being of yourself is just such an important part. It's the first rule, really.
And what do you think is one of the biggest misconceptions when it comes to skincare?
I think the idea that you are stuck in one type is a really, really big misconception, because I think you know your skin better than probably anyone else.
Yes.
And feeling brave enough not to stay stuck in, oh, I'm a dry type. All skin types, for example, undergo dehydration.
Yes.
At various points for various reasons. So I think understanding that you can be flexible. You don't need to stay in one lane when it comes to your skincare is really probably one of the biggest misconceptions that I'd like to see eradicated.
So what do you think the biggest challenge facing the skincare industry is at the moment?
Things like the supply chain security. That's a really big global problem. You know, there's many things that are impacting both the quality and the quantity of really, really important stock materials. The consumer is expecting more from what their skincare can do. I think the global economics is really putting pressure on the industry as well in terms of what the consumer needs. I think there's a lot of challenges out there for the skincare industry, and I think it's very, very important that there is enough support, and we support each other in terms of the way that we work to make sure that we can still deliver really great skincare at a really affordable price.
And you said everyone's skin will probably go through dehydration at some point. So what would be your top tip for dealing with skin dehydration?
If you don't have enough topical vitamin C, the skin won't be able to, the barrier function will be damaged. So ensuring that you're using products that help you to maintain your barrier function properly is very, very important. Using ingredients like ceramide essences is really great thing. I think that if you find that you're going through a time in your life, maybe you're starting menopause, maybe something like that, where you know your natural dehydration starts to fall, I think it's great at those moments to introduce facial mists that help to hydrate. So I think I've got a really fantastic facial mist that I always carry with me, our antioxidant facial mist, and also top up on topical antioxidants. Topical antioxidants are great for helping protect the skin.
Cats or dogs?
Probably both.
Nice. Do you have any pets?
Yes, we have 2 cats and we have a tank full of goldfish.
Nice. Do you prefer TV or listening to music?
Probably TV.
Do you have a favourite TV show at the moment?
No, I've been watching the reruns of The West Wing, actually.
Okay.
So that's a long, old, it's quite interesting.
Sweet or savoury?
Probably savoury.
Do you have a particular favourite food?
Probably ready salted crisps.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
cheeky.
What would you like to see Soil Association certification do next when it comes to organic skincare?
I think continue to educate people, as it has, about the importance of wellness and how it starts with the soil. Consumers can really help support causes that improve the overall global sustainability. And I think the Soil Association is a fantastic organisation for helping do that. So look for that symbol, really promote that symbol, and really make more awareness. I think it'd be great to do much more awareness in schools about these matters so that the next generations are fully armed with all the facts.
Would you rather go back in time or travel to the future?
That's a really difficult question, Paige. That is really, really difficult. Gosh, can I do both?
Sure.
I think I would probably quite happily do both, really. I think from a scientist's point of view, you're always looking to the future. You know, it's always, I'm always thinking about how we're going to, there's a lot of stuff about biohacking around at the moment. How do we understand the skin? How do we understand how it works? How do we understand, and I'd love to project 50 years in the future to see where that all progresses. And I think obviously, there's many, many people in my life who I'd love to see again. And so traveling back to the past would be wonderful as well.
Beach or mountains?
Probably both again. I know I'm not very decisive. Probably both. I absolutely love mountains. I love being out in the wilderness. And I also really, really love beachside.
What's the first thing you'll do after we finish filming today?
Breathe. No, I think I've got quite a stack of emails there that I need to probably attend to and probably have some lunch.
Amazing. Thanks so much, Pauline.
Thanks, Paige. Cheers.